to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus, and Jesus is in me. All right. I come and talk to the ladies and the mans. I come to talk to each and every last one of y'all. And what I come to talk to y'all about is y'all marriages and y'all relationships. When y'all are married and dating and y'all have a problem in y'all marriage or in y'all relationships, you do not go out your marriage or your relationship to ask questions about the person that you love and the person that you are with. You don't do that. If you want to ask any questions, you go to the person that you married to and the person that you're dating. Do not go outside the marriage or the relationship, because when you do that, you asking for a storm to come in your marriage and your relationship. You asking for it because you're going out there looking for it. You need to stop. All of y'all need to stop going to people and asking questions about your marriage and your relationships. This where the spiritual warfare come from. When you go and ask people about your marriage and your relationships, what these people tell y'all is what happened back in your past. They don't know nothing about your future. They bringing up things that happened 50 years ago and what you went through in your life and your past, and they go looking for it. And when they go looking for it and asking people things, they get what they looking for. Now, God is not going to put no kingdom spouse or no queen in y'all lives. God don't put destruction in your lives. When he give you a queen and a king, he makes sure that that person has a head on his shoulder or she has a head on her shoulder, not to be listening to the spiritual warfare out there. Because when y'all listen to this stuff, these people already are taking over. And when you go ask them questions, they're going to bring up the past in your life, because that's all they know is the past. So they bring that up because you go looking for it. That's why God say you need to stop going out there looking for trouble, because when you go looking for it, you're going to get what you're looking for. If you need to ask any questions about your wife or husband or girlfriend or boyfriend, ask them, because they know their life. They was the one in the life of what they was going through, not the person that y'all go and ask. They don't know nothing about you, because back then what you did in your past is what you did in your past. Why would y'all keep going asking for things that happened 50 years ago that ain't got nothing to do with the future right now today? It don't have nothing to do with it. Now let me clear this up with y'all. I have never did drugs. I have never drunk alcohol. None of that. I have never did none of that. And when I did drink, it was wine. Wine. That's it. Wine. I don't do drugs. I used to give it out to people. I used to do that. When my friends smoked reefer, I would buy the reefer and give it to my friends. When I used to do in my day, I used to sell drugs to the people. I used to do that back in the days. And we're not perfect. We all have done things in our lives back in the days. And I know when somebody is on drugs. I know when somebody is on alcohol. I know when somebody smokes cigarettes. I know everything because One thing, like I said, I never smoked. I never drunk. And the only thing I got drunk, like I said, was wine. That's it. That's it. That's it. So if y'all want to sit here and go to people and ask people about what I did in my past life, come to me. And I ain't got no shame in my game to hide nothing from nobody. Because anything you want to know, I will let you know. I will let you know. I ain't got nothing to hide. Nothing. Nothing. Because like I said, I used to drink wine back in the days. I tried liquor, but it wouldn't agree with me. It wouldn't agree with me. I tried drugs, but it wouldn't agree with me. So I didn't do the drugs. I didn't drink because it never cleared with my soul. And whatever that don't vine with my soul, I do not mess with. So anybody that I used to be around would tell y'all, no, she never did drugs. No, she never drank, but she tried it. Yes, she did. She tried it like everybody else tried things, but some people don't let it click. Some people don't let it click. So I tried the drinking. I tried the drugs, but I couldn't handle it. So I left it alone and I never did it again. And I was young in my 20s, in my 30s. That's the only time I tried, which everybody do when they in their 20s, in their 30s. You try things even when you're 18 and 19 and 17 and 16 and all of that. You try things when you're young. You try it. You try it. Some people know how to walk away from it, and some people keep doing it because they get hooked on it. Now, like I said, when I used to sell drugs to people, and it was not bad drugs, it was medicine. That's it. Medicine that you get from the doctor. Medicine. I would give to them. If they needed it, I give it to them. And I know what type of medicines that will hook you up and make you get attached to the drugs. So, if anybody decide to come around me, all I got to do is look at you. And I would know from point blank that you do drugs because I used to sell them. So I know when somebody is on drugs because I used to sell the drugs. And I know when somebody is on it. And let me tell you something. It's a couple of people on YouTube that I have seen that's on drugs. Just by looking at them, I know they are on drugs. And sometimes people try to stop doing drugs, but the point is they can't stop because they keep hanging with toxic people that keep talking them into doing drugs. Now, people can talk you into doing things that you don't want to do, but you got to have a strong mind and a strong heart to know how to walk away from toxic people that do things that you don't want to do. You got to learn how to walk away from that. Because you don't realize at the end of the day, you messing up your own life. Not the people life, your own life. Because after these people get you hooked up on drugs, they gonna go to somebody else and try to get them hooked up on drugs. That's how that works. And even if you go to the places that help you get off drugs, you got to know how to stick with it. Because most people would go into these drug places and then they will come out a month or a year later and say, I'm not going to do the drugs no more, and then turn around and do it again. So how's your heart and your mind is strong if you still going back to the same people? Because that's what y'all do. Y'all come out of the places and then y'all go right back to the same people that turned y'all out. And then you end up on the drugs again. And you're not doing nothing but giving people free money when y'all go into these places. Now, these people try to do the best they can to help y'all, but it's only on y'all to help y'all self. They can guide you, but they can't tell you which way to go. You got to make that choice for yourself. If you want your soul to be free, you got to make that choice for yourself and to leave them drugs alone and to walk away from it. And the alcohol too. It's up to y'all. Nobody can't make you do nothing you don't want to do. It's up to you. They can talk you into it, but it's up to you to say, no, I don't want this stuff. I'm not finna do it. I went in this place to get myself clean, and that's what I came out here to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. But the point is, you gotta stay away from the people. Don't keep going back to the same people that have turned you out on drugs. Go another way and change your life and make your life better. Because even time you keep going back to these people is not trying to help you. They trying to keep you stuck on the drugs. So it's up to you to make the choice. Do you care about yourself or do you care about the drugs? So like I say, if people want to keep going to the family or whoever they go to and ask questions about your past life, they need to get what they need to get, because they need to stop going and asking questions and coming to y'all and asking y'all questions instead of going out of the relationship and out of the marriage to find out things about you. They need to come to y'all, because if they was strong enough and they love y'all, they would not be stepping out trying to find out more about you. Because like I say, people is not going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. And it's up to you if you want to keep doing that. Because let me tell you something. That's breaking up your marriage, and that's breaking up your relationship. That let the woman and the man know that you're not the one for them if you got to go out there and question about them. You are not the one for them. Because like I said, God is not going to give you no destructions in your life. He not like that. That is not what God does. God give you peace, love, joy, and happiness. That's what he does. He don't give you destruction. But if you go out there looking for the destruction, it's on you. Not the person that you with. It's on you, because you went out there and asked for it and you got what you want. So make sure when you come to the person and ask them some questions, you better make sure what you're going to say to that person before you say whatever you got to say to that person. Because you got to look at this. You ain't going to have no relationship at the end of the day. And you ain't going to have no marriage at the end of the day when you keep going out there questioning and asking questions about the person that you want to be with and the one that you're married. If you keep doing that, you're not going to have a marriage and you're not going to have a relationship. Now, that's on you. You got to think about that. Stop being so nosy and trying to find out about somebody when you should just go to the person and ask the person that you're dating, that you're married to, because they the only one knows what they did in their life. And the other person don't know that comes to tell y'all. Like I said, it's spiritual warfare going on out there. So if y'all want to keep going to these people that drink and do drugs or whatever, and y'all go asking them questions, they're going to give you what you want. And whatever you get, that's on you. You deserve what you get. So you shouldn't have never went out there asking no questions, or you never would have got what you wanted. That's what you got to think about. Wherever you go and look for, that's what you gonna get back. So, like I said, if you want to know anything, go to the woman or the man that you're dating, go to your husband or the wife that you're married, and ask them questions. Because the people out there don't know nothing. Only thing they know is they want their fix. They want their alcohol. That's all they know. And if you say, I give you a couple of dollars if you tell me about this person, oh, they going to tell you whatever you want to hear because they want that money. And none of it don't be the truth. What they telling you, they just want the money because you're offering it to them. They not going to give you no compensation without you paying them. Times is too hard. Times is too hard. So people gonna give you whatever you want as long as you come in to pay for it. They gonna give you whatever you want to hear. And even if it's good or bad, they gonna give you what you want to hear because they want their fix and they want their liquor. Now that's on y'all. So keep going out your relationship and your marriages and asking questions. You better wake up. One day you're going to wake up and you ain't going to have no marriage and you ain't going to have no relationship. Because you're going to wake up and that person going to be gone. And that wife and your wife going to walk away and your husband going to walk away. And you going to wake up with nobody in the house. You're going to be by yourself. So y'all better think about the things that y'all do. Y'all conversations supposed to stay between y'all and nobody else. If you want to know anything, you go to the person that you with and ask them. Because the outside people can't tell you jack because they don't know jack. That's up to y'all. That's up to y'all. So like I said, I never drank. I never did drugs. Like I said, I tried it and I couldn't do it. So I walked away from it. So everybody try things that they don't like and they don't mess with it ever again. And that's what I did. I tried it and I didn't like it and I left it alone. And I don't do none of that. None of it. And the right people that care about the person will tell you the truth. No, she never did drugs. She tried it, but she never did it. She drunk, but she couldn't never handle it, so she never did it. She left it alone. She was the type of woman that she would give it to us if we asked her, could you buy some liquor? Yeah. If you asked her, could you buy me some reefer? Yeah. I would do that back in the day because I did it for my friends. I would give them. I would help my friends if they wanted to drink and smoke reefer, and I would sit there and watch them do that. That's what I would do. Just watch them. Because I didn't like it. So I just watched them do it. And I used to tell them, why y'all do it when y'all know it's not good for y'all soul. Because some people just like drinking and doing drugs. So that's what they do. So once somebody like it and do drugs, they not going to listen to you. They going to keep doing what they do because they like it. And they don't want to walk away from it. They have to walk away from it on their own. Nobody can stop nobody from drinking and doing drugs. Can't nobody stop nobody from smoking cigarettes or none of that. Can't nobody do nothing nobody don't want to do unless they want to do it. You can talk to them about it, but it's all up to them to do it. They got to stop doing the drugs and the drinking and the smoking on their own. Can't nobody else convince nobody to do nothing they don't want to do. They got to do it on their own. And it's all up to them. Only thing you can do is just let them fall. If that's what it got to take, like I said. If it put them in a hospital, if it put them 6 feet down in the ground, if it put them in an institution or whatever it does, they got to fall. You cannot help nobody change their lives if they don't want to change. You can give them advice, but you got to let them make their own moves on their own. You can't stop nobody for doing nothing that they don't want to do. They have to do it on their own. The only thing you can do is be there for them. That's it. Be there for them. But you got to let them go on this journey by themselves. You can't help them with their journey. They got to go on their journey by themselves. You got to move out the way and let them go on their journey. Because if you try to interfere into that, they're gonna snap your head off. So let these people go on the journey on their own and clear their own soul, because y'all cannot help them. If the people in the places that they go to can't help them, that should let y'all know that y'all can't help them either. Because they go to these people and they're giving them free money, and these people don't mind it because they doing their job. They letting them come in there, they helping them, and once they leave out of there, it's on them. And the ones that do it, they end up right back in the same place again. They back to the people again, trying to get off the drugs. And then they go back to the people out there in the world, the ones that got them started on it, they will go right back. Now, some people will literally change their life and walk away and don't go back. And they stay away from the toxic ones that talk them into it. They literally stay away from them. They literally stay away from them. They don't go back no more. They stay away from them because they know they toxic. So they stay away and they don't go back. Them the ones that really want to change their lives and better their life and want something better in their life. Because they have did it and done it. Like me, I have did it and done it. And I walked away from it. And I didn't let nothing come between what I wanted in my life. And that's how people is that want something out of their life. They have did it and done it, and they walked away and they changed their life for the better. And now these people is doing great things in their lives. And they can sit here like I'm doing and talk to y'all about it because they have did it and done it. And they trying to tell y'all to let go and let it go and let God help y'all with y'all situations. So if you're really trying to change your life, you will change it. And then when you do that, you will be a testimony for somebody else and to talk to them and help them change their lives. So that's all you can do is be a testimony to the people. But it's up to them to change their lives. It's up to them. So this is what I wanted to talk to y'all about. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you. Father love you. The Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.